Hello and welcome. I'm here to share with you today the first challenge with the release of the Denim Dream kit. So this is the kit that I've released for July. There are actually two kits. So I've got one that is the traditional landscape style journaling pages, and I have 32 pages, 21 that are regular size, and then I've shrunk them down in case anybody wants to make a mini journal. And then I decided to do those pages in tall as well, but these don't have ephemera, they're just the tall pages, and then also shrunk down if you want kind of a mini skinny journal. So they're my kit release for July. And then as usual, I've got challenges running throughout July with freebies that link to this kit. So if you want to get your hands on this kit, it is currently 20% off for the month of July. I will have the link down below, or actually the links for both kits down below if you want to go and take a look at them. I also have a slower flip through video as well, so if you just look under the playlist Denim Dream, then you'll be able to find that video there as well. So as I said, this is the first challenge of the month. So there are some freebies. You can find these either in my Facebook group. They will also be on my Ko-fi page for those of you that don't use Facebook, or I know sometimes it's a bit of a problem trying to download in Facebook. So they are on my Ko-fi page as well if you want to go and grab them there. Again, I have a link tree down below. Everything is linked in there if you want to go and check them out. So for this challenge, we're going to be making another mini. So I seem to have a mini craze at the moment, so we're going to make this teeny tiny little mini book. Obviously you can add to this as much as you like. I've just kind of made the base. So what we have included in the freebies are some different options of different colours, covers. So we have the plain blue, which is actually what I used here, and then I cut out that pocket and stuck it on the front, and I actually did make it into a pocket, so it has got space for something to go in there. You can of course cut these out and they can be stuck on the pages to also make pockets if that's what you want to do as well. So we have one in the plain blue, we have one that's a bit lacy, and then we've got one with the scissors at the bottom. As I said, you've got pockets. You've got some different labels, and there are some butterflies as well to cut out. And then for the pages inside, you have this A4 sheet, which needs to be folded and cut in a particular way, which I will go through with you, so don't worry. So these are all shrunk down pages from the kits, as well as some different adverts and different bits put in place as well. And then as you can see, there are some slightly white borders on there. These are going to be our fold lines. I would recommend printing borderless if you can. If you can't print borderless, make sure you trim off your white edges, because that will make the folds in the right places. Because when we fold this, we want to fold it in half, like so, and then each of these edges we also want to fold in half. So I'm going to fold this one this way. Now this is where, if I had a white border here and I'm lining this up, it means that this line here will then be out of sync, which is why you need to trim off the white borders if obviously you can't print borderless, or if you're in the US and you obviously need to resize, because obviously everything I've designed is in A4 format, so you just need to shrink to fit so that it fits to the page and is the correct size, and then you'll have your folds like so, okay, and they will be roughly where those white lines are. I have got some ink with me. I'm actually going to do mine a little bit grungier, so I've got ground espresso, so I'm going to ink along those edges in a minute anyway. So they're the folds that we've got that way. I would recommend folding them the other way as well, just to make sure that you've got a really good crease. And then once you've done that, you've got to lay it out again, and we're going to do the same but lengthways. So again, you're going to come up and fold in half. And you're going to do the same. I'm just going to turn it around because it's easier for me to see. and then you're going to fold back these edges. Okay, and then flip over and do the same on the other side. Sorry if it's gone suddenly very dark. We've just suddenly had a lot of rain coming down. You would not believe that it is July in England. It's supposed to be summer, and look, I'm still in jumpers. It seems to be a bit ridiculous here in England at the moment. So as before, I'm just going to fold it back the other way as well, just so that we've got some nice folds. Okay, right, and then laying flat, it might be easier doing it on the reverse where you haven't got the pictures, but essentially these are going to be my first pages. So if you have the butterflies down at the bottom, you are going to be cutting in from here up until the edge of that butterfly page. Then on the next fold, the center fold, you're going to cut from this side, and you're going to essentially go 3 pages in, so you'll stop at this advert page. And then on the top one, you're going to again come from this side and cut in 3, so you're at the end of this blue page here. So that's how you want to cut. Now, because I'm going to cut from the back, this is where I want to cut in from. So I'm just going to flip it over. This is the edge I'm cutting into, and I don't know how well you can see the score marks here where we folded, but there's 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. So it's up to here that I want to cut here. So I'm just going to follow that fold mark. All the way up to that last bit there. And I know I want to do the same on this side as well. So not the middle fold, because I've got to come from the other side. So from this fold over here, I'm going to do the same. So again, just following that fold all the way up. Obviously you can do this with a trimmer if you can cut straight on a trimmer. And then I'm going to spin it round, and this is where I'm going to go up the center fold. Again, up to that last fold line at the top. Now my cutting's not the best with scissors, so I may need to do some tidying up once it's all kind of folded into a book, but that's not a problem. Okay, so there your fold. So I've currently got 2 one way and then 1 up the middle the other way. So when I flip this back over, it will look like this. So we've got our cuts there, there and there. So obviously my fold was slightly out on that bit, but it's not a problem. Okay, so then what we're going to do is these then start to accordion fold. So I'm going to fold this one over, I'm going to fold this one back, and then obviously where we've made those folds, it should just easily come together. That bit goes over that way. You then fold back on yourself and then fold again. And again, all of these folds should have been, if you've done really good sort of good creases, these should just fall into place quite nicely. And then again back that way. And again, you're going to go under yourself, fold it over, fold it back. Just making sure that I keep lining it up as I go along. Especially when you come to these end pieces, because it might be that I just haven't snipped this quite far enough. Like that. And I'm just giving it a good crease as I'm kind of going along. That folds back on itself. That comes forward. And then that folds over there. Okay, so these will be your pages. Now, it's probably easier to now do all of the inking and things that you want to do. I also want to round my corners, but I'll do that at the end once all the cover's stuck on. I mean, I could do the inside ones actually, so yeah, I might do the inside ones. So these 2 pages, these at the end, will get stuck onto the cover. So all of the other loose bits, you have options. So obviously this is open at the top. So you could, if you wanted to, just glue down 2 edges and then you've got a pocket up there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to glue all of my pages down. Same as this one, you could leave that open as a pocket if you wanted to, and just glue at the bottom and up the back. Again, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to glue all of mine down. But it's entirely up to you how you want to glue your pages. So I'm going to ink them first, and then I'm going to start sticking some bits down. So there are a couple of ways that you're going to do it. I normally just tend to kind of get the whole book together and just brush along the top, because that kind of gets most of it anyway. And then you can go in and do some extra inking if you need to on individual pages. Okay, so then I might look at the pages, and obviously where I've just miscut there, I will just go over it with some ink. It doesn't really bother me too much that there's a little bit of white there, because we can just ink over that. Right, okay, so that's the book all inked up. I'm just checking I've got it the right way up. Yep, so it goes that way. Right, so now to pick a cover. So last time I went with the plain one. I think I'm going to go with the scissors one this time. So I'm just going to trim along. As I say, my cutting's not the best, and you can of course use a trimmer to cut these out. I think I might cut this out as well. Right, okay, so there's my cover and there's my little label. I am just going to ink a little bit around the edge of my label, and I'm going to ink around my book cover. Also going to ink a little bit around the edges on the inside. Okay, so I'm then going to fold along the spine. Okay, so one fold. And the second fold. Okay, so that's my book, and then this is going to slot inside. Before we glue it inside though, I just need to glue my pages down. As I said, this is optional. You can make different pockets and things if you wish. I'm not going to. I just want to make it as a little mini book. So I'm gluing everything down. But these are really fun. I mean, I really like making zines. Zines are quite cool. I've done one of those before as a kind of freebie and a challenge. But yeah, I seem to have mini on the mind at the moment. I did minis in the kits. I definitely want to make a mini journal this month for this project as well. So I thought this would be a cute challenge as well. Okay, so we've got those pages. So they're glued down, and this one is this way again. But yeah, these are great just because you can play around with them so much. Like I said, you don't have to seal down every page. You can make pockets out of them. And then you can make some like really cute little tags to go in there. And I was actually thinking when I released this kit that this goes quite nicely with the Essential Ephemera kit that Natalie and I created last month. Because I did have a different kit in mind actually for this month, but then after playing around with the Essential Ephemera kit, I thought actually this one goes a bit better because it's got lots of blues in, and I've got lots of pinks and blues in the Essential Ephemera. So this is quite nice because this denim kit, you can either go very grungy, because it has got grungy-ish papers around, so I'm probably going to go grungy this time, or you could make it quite pretty because again it's got all the lace, so you can make it all lacy and floral if you wish. Yeah, I kind of left it in between. I didn't want to go too pretty, I didn't want to go too grungy, so that people can kind of choose what they want to do with this kit. So it's just, yeah, going through, gluing down each of the pages. I think I'm nearly at the end now. Okay, so that's all of the pages glued down. Right, and then these are going to fit into here. Now there is a bit of a gap, as you can see, with the spine, but that's just so that it opens a lot flatter. So I don't actually glue the spine. I hope you can see that on that little prototype there. So there is a gap between there. I'm literally gluing the covers to the pages, and I leave that just so it then allows it to open quite nicely without then really kind of bending the spine. So that's why there's a teeny gap in the back. So I'm just going to line this up. Now the covers are just ever so slightly taller front and back, as a cover of a book generally is. You can trim that back if you want to. I'm not going to. So I'm just going to glue those front and back pages. First of all, I'm going to make sure I've got it the right way up. Yes, oh, and I've missed a page. I've got to glue that one in a minute. And just line that up with that back page, like so. Then I'm going to apply glue to this side. Oops. And then I kind of want to allow the book to full close this side, just so it gives me that gap at the back. It like rounds the spine. And then there is your little book. So which one was it? This one needs gluing. Okay, so there's the little book. So I've obviously got this, and I was debating putting this on the front, but I don't want to cover up my scissors. So I'm thinking I might have this on the inside panel. I have got a white gel pen, so I could write on this. And then, as I said, you can kind of play around with the inside. So you can put little pockets in. We've got two little denim pockets here, so let's maybe have a play around with those. If I was cutting these out on my Cricut, this would probably be a lot neater, but I'm just going to do this just to kind of show you for the challenge. Okay, so there's one of the pockets. I'll quickly do the other one, and we can find pages to pop those on. And then actually where I've done the minis in the main kit, the minis might actually fit in these pockets as well. So that's actually an idea, because I've got mini pockets. So I don't know how many they are. I mean, obviously you can play around with your printer settings and shrink them down even further if you need to for this particular project. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's have a look where we can put them. So obviously this I can't really write on anyway, but I don't know, is that too much denim? I might have to look for a different pocket that I can put on there. But we could maybe do this one. So I'm just going to ink it up a little bit. Make sure I'm actually putting glue on the right edges. But there we go, we've got a little pocket there. Then what else have we got? Another one of those. And I could potentially put it on the back there, couldn't I? So let's just add a little bit of ink to that one. And these are just fun size journals. I mean, they're great for maybe mini notes, something you want to just chuck into your purse. If you want to obviously make it thicker, then you just print out two lots of the inside pages and just stick them back to back. If you think that it is perhaps a bit too thin for the cover. There are lots of things that you can do with these. So yeah, have a play around, have an experiment. But they're my pockets. Yeah, and like I said, I really like the scissors on the front, so I probably won't be covering those, but you've just got yourself a little mini journal, and it's nice and small. It's still reasonably thin, so it's something you could perhaps still tuck into your main journal if you wanted to, or like I said, just a fun little standalone project. Okay, so that's my challenge finished for today. I really hope that you decide to take part. I really love making these. I think they end up looking so cute, and as I said, you can play around with the designs and how you want to put them together. As I said, there is plenty of room. You could possibly get two lots of those inner book pages inside the covers. And then, like I said, play around with your pages. Don't glue some of them together. You can have lots of little pockets in there. A great, just fun little standalone project, but as I said, can also be small enough to put into a journal that you're making. Well, I hope this has given you some inspiration. If you have enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. It helps out my channel. I love to read your comments down below, so drop me a comment as well. If you are not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and make sure that you also click that bell, because then you are notified of any new future videos. If you do decide to have a go at making these, please post them in the Facebook group, or on Instagram is fine as well. Just make sure that you're using the hashtag NSPC Denim Dream, and then myself and others can kind of see what you've done with yours. I'm really looking forward to working with this kit some more. I might have a play around with these freebies again, see what else I can do with them. And I'm excited to see what you guys do as well. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next crafty video. Bye for now.